have a story I'd like to read to you today called The Queen of the Forest. This type of story is called a folk tale. A folk tale is a story that has been passed down through retelling. A folk tale tells a story. A folk tale often teaches a lesson. And a folk tale has some real parts and some make-believe parts. The folk tale I'm going to read to you today is called Queen of the Forest. Ears listening. The Queen of the Forest. Long, long ago, in a forest in China, there lived a mighty tiger. All the other animals would flee in terror at the mention of her name. She was Queen of the Forest. One day, a fox was trotting through the forest when the tiger leaped out and grabbed her. Fox had to think of something quick. "How dare you attack me?" Fox declared. "I am Queen of the Forest." Tiger was amazed. "Nonsense," she sputtered. "You are not the queen." "Yes, I am," said Fox calmly. "All the other animals flee in terror when they see me. I'll show you. Just follow me." Fox walked into the forest with Tiger close behind her. They came upon a herd of deer. When the deer saw Tiger behind the fox, they all ran away. Fox and Tiger next came upon a flock of birds. When the birds saw Tiger behind Fox, they all flew away. Fox and Tiger next came upon a group of monkeys. When the monkeys saw Tiger behind Fox, they scampered away. Fox said to Tiger, "See how all the animals run away? Now you believe I am Queen of the Forest." "Yes, now I have seen it with my own eyes. I do believe you are Queen." Tiger bowed low to Fox and then walked off into the forest. As soon as Tiger was out of sight, Fox ran away as fast as she could. The end. Friends, a folk tale tells a story. What happens in the beginning, middle, and end of the Queen of the Forest? In the beginning, what happens? Yes, Fox is attacked by Tiger. What happens in the middle? Yes, Fox does tell Tiger she is Queen of the Forest and tricks the tiger. What happens at the end of the story? Yes, Tiger believes it and Fox gets to run away. A folk tale often teaches a lesson. What lesson do we learn from the Queen of the Forest? Right? Sometimes we can use our cleverness or our smarts to solve a problem, the way Fox did. A folk tale has real and make-believe parts. Which parts of this folk tale are real? Other animals are afraid of tigers, and tigers are strong animals. Which parts of this folk tale are make-believe? Right, animals do not talk. Well done. Thanks for focusing your attention and listening to our story. Friends, this week we were reviewing plot. All stories have a beginning, a middle, and an end. The events that happen at the beginning, in the middle, and at the end of the story are called the plot. Good readers pay attention to the plot to help them understand and remember a story. Today I'm going to read a story to you called Hiawatha Passing. The story has no pictures, so I will invite you to use your imagination to make your own pictures. While I read the story, want you to listen closely to the plot, what happens at the beginning, in the middle, and the end. When I'm done, I will ask you to tell me what you heard. Ears listening. Here is our story, Hiawatha Passing by Jeff Hagan. On a cold, starry night, a boy awoke in the upper reaches of his grandparents' tin-roofed farmhouse. Only moments before, he'd fallen asleep, his harmonica at his side. Now he thought he heard a low, distant sound. Did it come from outside? He snuggled beneath his feather quilt, trying to figure it out. This was the first time he'd spent the night at his grandparents' place, nestled way out in a land of rolling hills and faded red barns. Far below his window, 2 silver rails stretched across a wide valley covered with a thin layer of new snow. What was that sound? He wondered. It had come to him as a soft hum, a gentle breath on his harmonica. Was it a dream? He listened again. Nothing. Slowly he rolled to one side of the bed and blew a puff of warm air into the window, melting a little spot on the frozen glass. He pressed his finger there, rubbing away the frost until he created a porthole. Then he peered deeply through the hole, searching for mystery ships in the night. For an instant, the boy caught sight of a glint on the frozen steel railroad tracks at the edge of the farmyard. Now he heard it. A high-pitched whistle cracked across the countryside like the snap of a bullwhip. The rails began to hum. He could almost imagine them turning color, changing from cold, lifeless black to brilliant flame orange, throbbing with energy and promise. Something big was approaching the farmhouse. A single light shot through the darkness. He could see a dark shadow behind it, swaying back and forth, spraying snow as it plowed down the valley. The light thundered by the farmhouse, leading a huge steam engine. The earth trembled. The house shook. The Hiawatha. A string of box-shaped lights flew by, roaring and rattling. Within each box was a blurred face peering out into the night. Framed pictures of midnight travelers. Who are these people? The boy wondered. Where are they going? Why aren't they asleep under their feathered quilts? Suddenly, the last car whooshed by, its red taillight becoming smaller and smaller in the distance. Little frost crystals spun and danced like toy tops until they came to rest on the frozen ground along the silver tracks. Silence returned to the valley. The boy took one last look at the fleeting train, and at that instant, a shooting star etched a brilliant trail across the velvet black sky. Sleep overcame the boy again. He was lucky. He was content. For on this night, at Grandma and Grandpa's farm, he had witnessed the passage of 2 shooting stars, one on earth and one in the heavens. The end. Friends, in our story, Hiawatha Passing, what happens at the beginning of the story? Yes, the boy does wake up because of a strange sound. What happens in the middle of the story? The boy does look out the window to see what is making the sound. And what does he see? The Hiawatha passing, the train speeding by. What happens at the end of this story? Right? The train finally passes by and the boy goes back to sleep. Well done. Stay healthy, helpful, and calm. Thanks for listening.